So the answer is known to us. BDAC is the answer. Uh, A says for each of the three major insurrections, insurrection basically means revolt. For each of the three major insurrections in 19th century Paris, there exists at least a sketch of participants' backgrounds and an analysis more or less rigorous of the reasons for the occurrence of the uprisings. This doesn't look to be an opening statement. Major insurrections. What insurrections are you talking about? We must introduce these kind of ideas first before we go ahead and build upon it. So look at B now. In February 1848, the people of Paris rose in revolt against the constitutional monarchy of Louis Philippe. This is basically an insurrection, or this type of action is called insurrection. So before you speak about the insurrection, you must introduce the insurrection, and therefore B is a better start. In February 1848, the people of Paris rose in revolt against the constitutional monarchy of Louis Philippe. Right? And it's basically February, right? Then basically you look at D now. D says, despite the existence of excellent narrative accounts, the February days, as this revolt is called, have been largely ignored by social historians of the past 2 decades. So in February something happened, and this is how basically. So this revolt, right? And this is basically the only revolt that has been mentioned. So and then you have B and then you have D. Despite the existence of excellent narrative accounts, uh, this revolt have been largely, despite the existence of excellent narrative accounts, uh, the February days, as this revolt is known, have been largely ignored. For each of the three major insurrections of 19th century, so it says July 1830, July 1840, these are the three major revolutions, or rather I would say that insurrections, there exists at least a sketch of participants' backgrounds and analysis, more or less rigorous. Only in the case of February Revolution do we lack. So this only is justified by this particular sentence. Only in the case of this we lack something, but in the others we have so many. That means AC is a pair and BD is a pair. And how do you connect D with A? So BD is one independent pair, AC is one independent pair. There is not much of link between A, D and A. But if I have to choose, would I write AC, BD as the right answer, or would I say BD, AC as the right answer? Because there is not much connect between D and A and not much connect between C and B, right? So I have no other choice but to make BDAC as the right choice. Why? Because I will start my sentence with a broad idea. In Feb 1848, the people of Paris rose in revolt against the constitutional monarchy of Louis Philippe. Despite the existence of extra narrative accounts, the February days have been largely ignored. For each of the three, we have abundant material. Only in the case of February Revolution do we lack useful description of participants. Because it has been ignored by history. That's why you are lacking in material. BDAC is the only possible choice and the only possible way of writing the entire paragraph logically.